Tonight, an Eyewitness News investigation is sparking outrage from Indiana all the way to Washington, D.C. 13 investigates expose how the IRS is sending huge tax refunds to millions of illegal immigrants. It's a loophole that costs billions. Investigative reporter Bob Siegel shows you why the IRS is allowing it to happen and why some members of Congress want to stop it.
Congressman Dan Burton is angry.
Why in the world are we doing this?
He's responding to what 13 investigates discovered all across Indiana.
Mucho dinero. See?
Illegal immigrants like these getting big tax refunds because of a loophole in federal law.
We're talking about a multi-billion-dollar fraud scheme here that is taking place.
This local tax preparer brought the loophole to our attention. He has thousands of tax returns that show how undocumented workers collect what's called additional child tax credits for children who've never even lived in this country.
I can bring out stacks and stacks. It's just so easy, it's ridiculous.
How easy? This illegal immigrant admitted his address is used to file tax returns by 4 other undocumented workers who don't even live here. Those 4 workers claim 20 children live inside this one trailer home in southern Indiana. And as a result, the IRS sent the illegal immigrants tax refunds totaling more than $29,000. But at this address, we saw only 1 child, not 20.
Hay 20 niños viviendo aquí.
No viven aquí. Los otros niños pues en su país de origen, que es México.
He told me the 20 kids in Mexico have never lived in the United States. But the IRS gave them tax credits anyway, even though the agency's own rules say child tax credits can only be claimed for kids who are U.S. citizens.
There's not a doubt in my mind. There's huge fraud taking place here.
It's a growing problem. It's nationwide, and it's out of control. Eyewitness News obtained Treasury Department audit reports that show illegal immigrants now get additional child tax credits totaling $4.2 billion a year.
Is it okay to leave the system as is?
No, it is not.
The Treasury Department's Inspector General for Tax Administration says the IRS should stop giving tax credits to undocumented workers. Over the past 5 years, he's repeatedly told that to the IRS. But the agency has not taken action.
It's very troubling. It is something that is solvable.
Why has the IRS done nothing? Well, despite phone calls, emails, even a visit to IRS headquarters to get answers, no one at the IRS would meet with me. The agency instead sent 13 investigators a short statement saying it is following the law. And current tax law does not prevent undocumented workers from getting these big tax credits. The IRS says it can't change the law. That needs to come from Congress.
We've got to deal with it.
Congressman Burton and other lawmakers are now ready to act. They've already sponsored a bill. It would essentially authorize additional child tax credits only for U.S. citizens with a Social Security number. So far, the bill has gone nowhere. But after seeing our investigation, Burton says Congress must keep trying.
I'm a taxpayer, and the thought of me paying for 24 people who are living in one trailer boggles my mind, especially when you tell me that most of them are still living in Mexico. That's unconscionable.
Many immigrants disagree.
You don't see this as taking advantage of the system?
Oh, for me? No. No, it's not taking advantage. I'm very thankful to this country for the help it gives me.
This undocumented worker has lived in the United States for 14 years. Inside this home, he's raising 3 children here in Indiana. But he admits on his tax returns, he also includes 4 nieces and nephews who live in Mexico.
Have the children in Mexico ever lived here with you?
No, because they can't travel.
If the children have never lived here, why should they be getting tax credits?
My question is, who's going to help them if they're not eligible? To avoid them ending up in the drug mafia, begging in the street, being raped? There's a lot of things that could happen to them if you don't help. Because you know, when you come here, to your family down there, You are their hope.
But the Inspector General insists additional child tax credits were never intended for illegal immigrants, let alone people who've never lived in the United States.
It's being abused by people who are not entitled to use it, and that is problematic.
Is this cheating the system?
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's cheating the American taxpayer. Of course it is. We all believe in humanity and humanitarianism. But we can't subsidize and take care of the whole world.
Make no mistake, this is a politically charged issue, especially in an election year, and that's why some lawmakers are looking the other way. But I've already spoken to the offices of several representatives and senators who say this issue is too big to push off until next year. They think action will take place if taxpayers demand it. So if you feel strongly about this issue, one way or the other, now is a good time to let your lawmakers know. We've got their contact information posted at WTHR.com. I'm Bob Siegel, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.